and create a new folder saying touch events. Touch you. So we create touch event. In order to handle touch, we have to override some UI responder method. So one of the method which we can override is touches began. Now touches began has a parameter called touches, which is NSSet. iOS is multi-touch environment. On iPhone, iPod Touch, you have 5-finger gestures or 5-finger interactive, and on the iPad you have 10 fingers. So I have to extract the touch object from the touches. So whenever you touch a fingertip touch, a UI touch object gets created and we extract from the set. Now each UI object register the first responsive view when it touch. So I assume if touch.view, so if a touch have registered my pumpkin, I have to change the pumpkin image to array frames object with a correct frame, which is at 5. Now let's see, run the program and see whether we can able to do that. As we run, it doesn't happen anything. There's no crack image. I told you in explanation that it registered the first responsive view. By default, image view or any UI view object is interactive disabled. So I say image pumpkin dot user interaction enable yes, and then I run the program and I see, ah, wow, I've got this cracking effect. So when I touch, it cracks. Wow. Now I want to update my scores, and as soon as the score increases, it should become difficult to capture the pumpkin. So I will increase the speed. So I have and score, I say increase by 1, and I have label score dot text, I say and a string with format, I say score %d and score, and I check if FLT speed x is greater than 0. I say FLT speed x plus equal to 1, and I have a condition that it doesn't go beyond certain limit, that is like unplayable. I say 16 pixel. If it goes beyond 16 pixel, I say speed x should be 16 pixel. Else it's moving in direction negative, so I say -1, because if it's moving with -5, it should move with -6, not with -5 plus 1. It will get slower, and it should be less than -6. If it's less than -6, I say -16. Similarly, I will check for the y speed x, so it's speed y y y y and if touches happen, if it meets the pumpkin, so I say I have to decrease the life, so I say -, and if life is less than equal to 0, I say n life should be 0, and accordingly I update the life label. Let's copy paste the text so it saves our time. Okay, let's run the program and see what's happening or not. Oh wow, I missed Oh wow, 4. It's very interesting, huh? Oh, it's moving fast. Now if you see, the score doesn't increase, but score increases, but your life. So now I need to make a state where it says, oh, it should stop. The game over should come, and there should be a reset button to reset this game. So I need to import some resources to have a reset option. So let's go to project images. We have iPhone, and I have two icons to say active and deactive. So I create. So I need to create a toggle effect of switch or button type thing. So I create UIImageView, say reset button, and I create two UIImage object for active and deactive. So reset button active. Similarly, I create reset button deactive. So I say load reset button. So we're going to implement this, and we'll call this load function only when life is becoming 0. We won't load reset button unnecessary in beginning. We just initialize it. So I didn't initialize the array as I did. And timer, I will have image view reset button equal to nil, image reset active equal to image reset deactive equal to nil. So I have to create reset and add reset button. So suppose I use UI image because I need to take the control. So I copy paste, and I say instead of this I just write like path, and I pass reset icon. That's the deactive button. So pass this, I create a UI image. So I don't create I have my image already, and then I create reset icon glow, which is an active image. So I have active and deactive image. Obviously when you show your button, it's always in a deactive mode. So I always will be initializing my UI image view with the deactive image. So deactive, I set the center to the center of the screen. So I say reset button dot center equal to self dot view dot center. So what is my view center? I say self dot view equal to add self view image view, and I want to make an interaction. So I say reset button dot user interaction enable. Yes. So I have set the now. So when a life is 0, I will say it should load reset, but the pumpkin and everything should at stop. So it should be a freezing. So I need so there are two game state, gameplay and game over. So for that I need a for loop. For that I need a boolean to indicate two game state. So I create a boolean, say is game over. So if this is false, the game should play around, the pumpkin should move, you should interact with pumpkin, and if this is true, you should load the reset button and everything should be freeze. So what we do, we check this condition in a update game. If this flag is false, then only updation to the pumpkin will happen, else it will not update, so it looks like a freeze. Also, the interactivity for scores and the live will only should happen only when boolean of a game is false, because if you don't do this condition, then your score will keep keeping on increasing even though the game is paused. So when life becomes 0, what do? You say load reset button, and also you make your boolean true, so that it's your app or your game have changed its state to game over. And when it's in the game over state, you will have to check whether touch.view is equal to image view reset. Now we are giving an effect of button, so when you press and release, then only the processing will happen. So when you press the button in a begin, you will just animate to the active image, so you will feel like user is pressing. And when you end it, when you lift your finger, so that time you will do the processing. So if I say if touch is and if game is over, you will first bring him back to the active state. You will say FLT speed x equal to FLT. You will reset your speed back to the normal speed. Your hand score should back to 0. Your and life should be 3. We are basically resetting the state of our game. And I'll say the label properties back to normal, score property back to normal. I will say BLN game over will be false, so that game can start again. And I want to release all my reset button active, so image is unlocked, so I just opposite it release, but image view is add subview. So first we say remove from superview, and then we say image view release. Now let's see how it happens. So I click, the score increases, even the speed increases. Oh, it came. So press, oh, I have it. Oh, there's a bug. See, there's a bug, right? Now this is because you have to do some fine tuning. So in your update, you're just changing the speed, but you have to make sure it to reset back to a normal position. So you have this condition gets divided into two parts. So if you first check, if it's 320, the center should be 320 minus width by 2, so that in any case it doesn't go beyond 320, and your y is same. Obviously this is your setting center, so say this, you want to have one more condition saying I'll save if it goes beyond this. So what are you going to do? So you say copy paste, and you say it will be width by 2. And so similar bifurcation will be held for this, and you want to say x. That's it. So this is called fine tuning. So we make sure the center is set properly when it reaches the boundary condition. Press it's again. Wow. Oh wow, it becomes so difficult, but it's interesting to play. I created my first iPhone app in 2 days. Wow, it's so simple, right? Now, so we have created an app for the iPhone, and now I want to upgrade myself to the iPad.